At the end of our session, you will be able to identify the different teaching strategies with the use of multiple intelligence by Howard Gardner and the laws of learning by Edward Thorndike, and differentiate effective teaching strategies. So my today's topic is all about effective teaching strategies. So, what is multiple intelligences theory? Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences proposes that people are not born with all the intelligence they will ever have. This theory challenged the traditional notion that there is one single type of intelligence, sometimes known as G for general intelligence, that only focuses on cognitive abilities. To broaden this notion of intelligence, Gardner introduced 8 different types of intelligences consisting of linguistic, logical, mathematical, spatial, bodily kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalist. Gardner notes that the linguistic and logical mathematical modalities are most valued in school and society. Gardner also suggests that there may other candidate intelligences such as spiritual intelligence, existential intelligence, and moral intelligence, but does not believe this meet this original inclusions criteria. Tinatayong ang konseptong ito ay binubuo raw po upang palawakin ang tradisyonal na pag-unawa natin sa sinasabing katalinuhan ng mga mag-aaral. So una po sa klasifikasyon ng multiple intelligence ay ang linguistic verbal intelligence. People who are strong in linguistic verbal intelligence are able to use words well, both when writing and speaking. These individuals are typically very good at writing stories, memorizing information, and reading. So ito po yung ang katalinuhan ay nakabase sa galing ng mga mag-aaral sa pagpapahayag ng kanilang sariling kaisipan. Ano po yung mga strengths? Of course, words, language, and writing. So what are the characteristics? People with linguistic verbal intelligence remember written and spoken information, enjoy reading and writing, debate or give persuasive speeches, are able to explain things well, use humor when telling stories. So, what are the potential career choices? So, if you are strong in linguistic verbal intelligence, good career choices for you po are writer or journalist, lawyer, and teacher. Next is visual-spatial intelligence. People who are strong in visual-spatial intelligence are good at visualizing things. These individuals are often good with directions, as well as maps, charts, videos, and pictures. Ito naman po yung iniuugnay dito ang potensyal ng isang mag-aaral na makilala at magamit ang ugnayan ng mga espasyo. So, ito po yung ability to visualize the word accurately, modify surroundings based upon one's perceptions, and recreate the aspects of one's visual experiences. So, what are the strengths? Visual, of course, and spatial judgment. So, when we say visual and spatial judgment, it is the ability to visualize how disparate pieces may or may not fit together. So, what are the characteristics of people with visual spatial intelligence? Read and write for enjoyment. Are good at putting puzzles together. Interpret pictures, graphs, and charts well. Enjoy drawing, painting, and the visual arts. Recognize patterns easily. So if you are strong in a visual spatial intelligence, good career choices for you are architect, artist, and engineer. So we have logical mathematical intelligence. People who are strong in logical mathematical intelligence are good at reasoning, recognizing patterns, and logically analyzing problems. These individuals tend to think conceptually about numbers, relationships, and patterns. So ito naman po ay naaayon sa abilidad o kagalingan ng mga mag-aaral sa pag-intindi ng mga paksang may kaugnayan sa numero o numero sa siyensya at iba pa. So what are the strengths? Analyzing problems and mathematical operations. Characteristics of people with logical mathematical intelligence: have excellent problem-solving skills, enjoy thinking about abstract ideas, like conducting scientific experiments, can solve complex computations. So, if you are strong in logical mathematical intelligence, good career choices for you are scientist, mathematician, computer programmer, engineer, and accountant. Next po is bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Those who have high bodily kinesthetic intelligence are said to be good at body movement, performing actions, and physical control. People who are strong in this area tend to have excellent hand-eye coordination and dexterity. So, ito po yung tinutukoy ang abilidad ng isang mag-aaral na ayusin ang isang suliranin gamit ang koordinasyon ng kanyang pag-iisip at galaw ng kanyang katawan bilang kabuuan. So, strengths po, physical movement, motor control. What are the characteristics of people with bodily kinesthetic intelligence? Are skilled at dancing and sports. Enjoy creating things with his or her hands. Have excellent physical coordination. And remember by doing rather than hearing or seeing. So, if you are strong in bodily kinesthetic intelligence, good career choices for you are dancer, builder, sculptor, and actor. Next po is musical intelligence. Yan. So, people who have strong musical intelligence are good at thinking in patterns, rhythms, and sounds. They have a strong appreciation for music and are often good at musical composition and performance. Kaugnay po dito sa klasipikasyong ito ay ang may kinalaman sa, ayun nga po, musika. So, strengths, example, rhythm and music. So, people with musical intelligence enjoy singing and playing musical instruments, recognize musical patterns and tones easily, remember songs and melodies. Yan. So, have a rich understanding of musical structure, rhythm, and notes. So, if you're strong in musical intelligence, good career choices for you are, of course, musician, composer, singer, music teacher, and conductor. Next naman po, interpersonal intelligence. Those who have a strong interpersonal intelligence are good at understanding and interacting with other people. These individuals are skilled at assessing the emotions, motivations, desires, and intentions of those around them. So, ito po yung nagbibigay pagpapahalaga sa abilidad ng isang taong intindihin ang intensyon, motivasyon. Ano po? Then, strengths, understanding and relating to other people. Characteristics of people with interpersonal intelligence: communicate well verbally, are skilled at nonverbal communication, see situations from different perspectives, create positive relationship with others, so resolve conflicts in group settings. So yan po. Then, if you are strong in interpersonal intelligence, good career choices for you are psychologist, philosopher, counselor, salesperson, and politician. So next naman po, intrapersonal intelligence. Individuals who are strong in intrapersonal intelligence are good at being aware of their own emotional states, feelings, and motivations. They tend to enjoy self-reflection and analysis, including daydreaming, exploring relationships with others, and assessing their personal strengths. So, ito naman po yung pagkilala ng tao sa kanyang sarili. So, strengths, introspection, and self-reflection. So, ito po yung pagsisiyasat sa sarili. Ano po? So, what are the characteristics? People with interpersonal intelligence analyze their strengths and weaknesses well. Enjoy analyzing theories and ideas. Have excellent self-awareness. Understand the basis for his or her own motivation and feelings. So if you are strong in interpersonal intelligence, good career choices for you are philosopher, writer, theorist, and scientist. And naturalistic intelligence. Naturalistic is the most recent addition to Gardner's theory and has been met with more resistance than his original 7 intelligences. According to Gardner, individuals who are high in this type of intelligence are more in tune with nature and are often interested in nurturing, exploring the environment, and learning about other species. These individuals are said to be highly aware of even subtle changes to their environments. So, ang kaugnay naman po nito ay pagkilala, pagklasipika at magpahalaga o may pagpapahalaga sa paligid. So, strengths po, finding patterns and relationships to nature. Characteristic of people with naturalistic intelligence are interested in subjects such as botany, biology, and zoology. Categorize and catalog information easily. Enjoy camping, gardening, hiking, and exploring the outdoors. Dislikes learning unfamiliar topics that have no connection to nature. So if you are strong in naturalistic intelligence, so good career and choices for you po are biologist, conservationist, gardener, and farmer. So how multiple intelligences affect learning? So the multiple intelligence theory can draw students back into learning using the different intelligences to teach a concept allows each of your diverse learners a chance to succeed at learning. So teaching to a student's strength helps increase learning success. How does the multiple intelligence theory help students or our pupils? In any classroom setting from preschool to college, students learn differently. Each student is gifted and challenged by his or her learning abilities and preferences. Howard Gardner defines these learning abilities and preferences as intelligences. At first, a listing of 7 and later revised to total 9, Gardner developed the theory of multiple intelligences to explain how humans learn differently from one another. The theory does not state the person only has one the 9 intelligences, but rather is stronger in some than the others. As defined by Gardner, the intelligences are logical, mathematical, spatial, linguistic, bodily, kinesthetic, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalistic. Reinforce concepts. Repeated exposure to a concept reinforces learning. A concept in the classroom setting may be a new skill, knowledge, or some combination of both. We are not expert at the concept of driving the first time we get behind the steering wheel, but begin to master the concept each time we practice the skill of driving. The same is true for learning in the classroom. Teachers build upon what was learned yesterday, last week, or even last year. Repeating a lesson on a concept improves learning. So the teacher pulling from the theory of multiple intelligences can reinforce the learning with different types of activities. For example, students strong in the mathematical, logical intelligence would do well with the pencil and paper task of adding simple fractions. Students with a preference for the musical intelligence would understand how quarter notes and 8 notes add up to a complete measure through a rhythmic clapping activity. Using both activities reinforces the concept of adding fractions for all students, giving necessary extra practice. So, next, keep it fresh. Repeated exposure to learning concepts is important, but using the same teaching method to teach concepts causes students to lose focus. There are times when the worksheet is the best method to provide practice for learning a concept, but relying on worksheets every day for every lesson can cause some learners to tune out. Teaching to the multiple intelligences allows the teacher to keep the learning environment fresh by changing up the teaching method. An activity to start the day may involve movement that appeals to the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Not to be confused with recess of free time. This is a brief out of desk learning time to introduce the day's lesson. Whether dance, building with large blocks, or assembling a simple birdhouse. This bodily kinesthetic activity is a structured lesson outside the confines of the desk. Mixing up your teaching methods keeps students interested in the lesson. Classroom management. People feel success when a new concept is mastered. For adults in the workforce, failure to learn a new task can be viewed as a chance to try again. For students, the sense of failure may cause them to misbehave, be apathetic, not pay attention, or disrupt the class. The multiple intelligence theory can draw students back into learning. Using the different intelligences to teach a concept allows each of your diverse learners a chance to succeed at learning. The learner with strength in the visual-spatial intelligence will do well with drawing and puzzles. Students with strengths in the linguistic intelligence would do well with a written report over a reading assignment, while those dominant in interpersonal intelligence excel at classroom discussion of what was read. As students feel success in learning, problem behavior decreases. Teaching to a student strengths help increase learning success. And assess learning. By using a variety of teaching strategies across the multiple intelligences, the teacher can assess or measure student learning. The assessment could be a written or oral test, original artwork by the student, a building task, or some other activity which gives the teacher an idea of how well the students learn the new concept. For instance, after successfully assembling a small engine, students in a technical college could be assessed by developing a how-to manual complete with verbal instructions and diagrams. In this example, students learn by building the engine, tapping into the bodily kinesthetic intelligence, while the assessment of a written manual with diagrams draws on linguistic and visual-spatial intelligences. The teacher can then measure of how well students master the concept by the completeness and accuracy of the written manual, while students tap into three intelligences master the concept. So again, the multiple intelligence by Howard Gardner is a theory can draw students back into learning, using the different intelligences to teach a concept allows each of your diverse learners a chance to succeed at learning. Teaching to a student's strengths help increase learning success. And now, let us proceed to Laws of Learning by Edward Thorndike. Edward Thorndike developed the first 3 laws of learning. Law of readiness o kahandaan means that learning takes place when an action tendency is aroused. So ito po yung hikayatin natin ang bawat estudyante na maging handa sa pagkatuto. Pag hindi natin sila hihikayatin na maging handa sa pagkatuto, ay baka naman mas gusto pa nila yung, di po ba, sa face-to-face yung recess time, o kaya naman excited pa silang umuwi kaysa pumasok sa paaralan. Next is the law of exercise o pagsasanay means that drill or practice helps in increasing efficiency and durability of learning. Ito po ay tumutukoy sa, yun nga po, sa pagsasanay. So, pag sinabi pagsasanay, ito po yung pag-uulit, ang pag-uulit po ay susi sa pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. Tandaan po natin na ang paulit-ulit ay isa sa paraan para sa pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. Kailangan po maging consistent po tayo kung anong yung ginawa natin mula nung unang buwan ng pasukan. Gawin din po natin ito hanggang sa matapos ang klase. So mga ma'am, sir, di po ba bago tayo dumako sa ating lesson proper, tayo ay nagkakaroon ng talasalitaan o kaya naman po ay nagbabalitaan muna bago simulan natin yung ating mga talakayan. So mas mainam rin po na bigyan natin sila ng remedial o pagbabalik-aral. Sa bagay, ginagawa naman po talaga natin ito. Para yun nga po, di po ba mas madali nating matandaan kung ano yung mga itinuro natin o mas madali nilang matatandaan yung itinuro natin kapag paulit-ulit po tayo ng paulit-ulit. Mas effective po yun. So, last po yung law of effect o epekto means that any behavior that is followed by the pleasant consequences is likely to be repeated. Nagiging epekto ang pagkatuto naman po kung sasamahan ng positibong damdamin. Baka po tayo ay laging galit sa klase. Nagkaklase tayo, habang nagkaklase o nagtatalakay, lagi tayong galit. Di po ba minsan hindi natin maiwasan na kapag may problema tayo sa bahay, nadadala natin sa school. So, kung minsan ay may nasasabi pa tayo na hindi magagandang salita sa ating mga mag-aaral. Nakaka-apekto po yun. Kung positive vibes po kasi lagi ang pagtuturo, syempre po, positive rin po yung magiging resulta nito sa iyong mga mag-aaral. Pero kung lagi kang negatibo, o yun nga po, lagi kang galit, at lagi kang nanenermon, at kung ano pa na hindi magagandang bagay na pinapakita o ginagawa po natin, asahan po natin na hindi din maganda ang magiging epekto nito sa pagkatuto ng iyo o ng ating mga mag-aaral. So, ulitin ko po, readiness o kahandaan. Next is exercise o pagsasanay. At effect o epekto ay loss of learning ni Edward Thorndike.